Well, folks, just because we're thousands of miles away from the news that the U.S. has just picked a new president-elect, Donald J. Trump, does not mean that that fact doesn't touch us all the way over here in New Delhi, India, where the rebel, of course, is on the ground trying to cover the World Health Organization Framework Convention on Tobacco Control. Quick update, by the way, we're still not allowed in. But getting back to the big news of the day, of course, the U.S. election. I thought we'd have a little bit of fun. We'd go trail some of the unaccounted, unelected globalists roaming the halls and ask them what they made of the U.S.'s recent decision to elect a Donald J. Trump president to lead the free world. And honestly, what I got by and large were two answers. One, folks unabashedly saying that they weren't for the guy, and the other were people who just sort of seemed aloof, nonchalant, like they just didn't care that the United States of America just voted in a new president. Even despite all the geopolitical things going on right now, from, ISIS, economic collapse, rise of China, rise of Russia, pick it, okay, the U.S. now has a new president. And yet these folks just seemed kind of like they didn't care. And I had to think about it. How could they not care? And upon further reflection, I'll tell you what I thought about. It's because it just doesn't matter to them. Nation states, sovereign governments, the democracy, the people's choice, they're all just above it. They're about a global establishment that makes decisions behind closed doors, as we've seen here over the past week, where even the press aren't allowed in, where unelected people are sent here to report back to, yes, the governments that you choose, but those people aren't involved in what's actually happening. And here's the thing. This is the exact sort of stuff that Donald Trump has rallied against. We knew from day one that he was the anti-globalist candidate. And here's the thing. Even though the politicians, the prostitutes, the pundits, the pollsters, they all tried to paint Donald Trump as some sort of egomaniac who was just in it for himself and his brand and his, casinos, his Trump Towers, whatever, I'm of the opinion that he was always in it for the people, the American people. He was always in it for the individual. And I think I speak for at least a few people out there when I say the individual is better served by his or her nation, by the nation state, as opposed to the globalist vision of society that really leads a fractured and totally disconnected form of government. So here in the thick of it, in this globalist pit now in New Delhi, I have to say, congratulations, America. Good for you for picking Donald Trump. And please, Donald Trump, I know you're not going to watch this, but a girl can hope. Bring some change to the U.S. so that way, hopefully, that ripple effect can touch us in Canada and hopefully cause some change, shake up some things, yes, in the globalist order, all the way across the world. For the Rebel.media, I'm Faith Goldie. Like what you just saw? Well, click below and subscribe to our YouTube channel to see all my updates from here in India and from my colleagues in Canada as well.